Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Dice Cult for episode 225 of On the Backs of Gods. I'm your DM, Jillian, and we have our players here today. Same as always, we have Kyle, Matt, Katie, Josh, and Greg. I'll go ahead and do a little recap, and then we can jump into things. Uh, would you be shocked to hear that our party is split? Uh, would you be shocked and awed? All of you are at least in the same city, which is pretty cool. All of you are in Skull City, which is self-explanatory of that it is a skull, and inside of it there is a city. Uh, there is Skull City's birthday is approaching, um, and you guys think some no good nefarious deeds are happening during this birthday party, and are convinced that it is this group called the Blind Eyes that is up to something. Um, and you guys have declared what you think is going on and the timeline for it. So in your timeline, you have a day, if you're being polite. Uh, but all of you are split up looking for information, trying to figure out what is going on with the blind eyes or a best way to see where they are or what they may be doing. Unclear. Fen went to Pink, who is a club owner who has been seemingly targeted by the blind eyes and recently sort of kind of blackmailed into ceasing following up with the police and interfering with whatever they're doing. Um, after Fen sneaks his way in, pretending to be a different person, uh, Pink talks about how they're like, listen, I don't have any shipments coming up soon, but all of my boxes are usually marked with a pink diamond. And also, I'm not the only person who has been hit by the blind eyes. This has also happened at two other establishments. And Fen said, thank you for your time, and cartwheeled out of there as a different person, and headed over to Ulfrux, and made your way in to ask him about his possible stolen goods. And after a strange and beautiful conversation under the influence of magic, not allowing you to lie, uh, you find out that something was stolen directly from the store, and you buy some arrows and you shake hands and you leave. Uh, Nana has currently been sitting at a big government building, basically, and has been waiting to talk to the chief's daughter, who seems to be working on the case to stop the blind eyes from what they are doing, but seems maybe halted a bit by bureaucracy, and was also Ave's contact in Skull City. After waiting 3 hours in the front, eating candy, drinking water, sit on bench, you are able to have a conversation, a very quick one during her lunch break with Leah, the chief's daughter and second, and ask her if there's anything that she wants you guys to do. And she's like, there's nothing I can ask you to do. I'm not in a position where I feel comfortable doing that. But but seems to be content in like trying not to get in your way. To be like, I don't think you should do anything and I can't ask civilians for help. Wink wink. Uh and you are left with that information. Roshan is currently not working on any of this. Roshan is currently talking to one of the most brilliant wizards on the continent, to see if she can look at a ritual that was made by two other brilliant people on the continent, to see if you can go make it a ritual that does not kill you dead and maybe make a ritual that doesn't kill you dead. Uh, and she's like, I could probably switch it up to a ritual that maims you mentally and physically if that if that sounds cool. And she's like, actually, death seems like the nicest option that this spell is provided, is that it worked really hard to erase you, to make you non-existent body and soul, just full erasure. But seems content to try and help you as best they can, and is currently trying to read over Roshan and his sister Rose to see if she can get any more insights into the magic that is on their bodies and its relation to this ritual. Meanwhile, back at the searching for information on the Blind Eyes, Nyx and Keld first went to a pond, met a big goose that was mean, and covered themselves in pond scum so that they would blend in with the local riffraff. As we all know, local riffraff are covered in pond scum. That's just how things are here in Skull City. Uh, but you guys also
It's about to
acquire
be.
It's catching on.
5 sandwiches and bring them down to the seediest bar in Skull City and approach the seediest man and end up giving him sandwiches, commissioning him to crochet you some jackets, and watching him tell a joke that involves a person losing so many teeth. Uh, you also meet a young woman who is learning to kind of follow in her father's footsteps and take over, like working at like the kiln as a worker. Uh, and you guys are definitely there, uh, asking people if they need help with jobs. You're like, we can do jobs, you say as you walk around the bar. We are capable of jobs. Does anyone have jobs? Uh, and eventually I guess somebody is either swooned by you or is intent on pawning you off to the next person, and asks Tin Tooth, a lizard folk woman, if she has any jobs available. It sounded like she was asking for people. And during all of this, the heroic and beautiful story of Corrupted Wolf was brought to everyone's attention, and that this person had gone missing, and they've already had the memorial services. And Nyx has skipped away to go find one of these portraits of Corrupted Wolf to see if she can locate him, if he is alive. And we're going to start with is Keld being sort of pointed towards Tin Tooth, this lizard folk woman whose teeth are all capped in like this pocked steel. Uh, yeah, I was looking for some people. And she kind of like looks you over. What kind of work do you do?
Variety of stuff, honestly. What are you looking for?
Now, Keld,
Hmm.
I'm going to roll a luck check. This luck check is to see if anyone here, besides the bartender who will not be participating, if anybody here cares to speak of the fact that you came in here with the Mother of the Sworn. Now, roll a little luck check. Probably one of the most good aligned people in the city.
What, a guy can't play for both teams?
He wasn't covered in mud the last time he was here.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true. This is a different man.
Yeah, he's all dirtied up. He's not so squeaky clean anymore.
Okay.
He's adopted a lily pad tam and everything, just to
Wow.
show he means business.
This guy means business. Now, Keld, would you like a high roll or a low roll to be in your favor?
Let's say low, because, yeah.
Okay. While you are talking about the many skills you have, you're like, I have so many and I can do so many jobs, Keld says. You watch as
I presume I brought my sword.
Yeah, you motion to your sword. You could be like, as you can see,
And I cook.
you motion to your pot, and Tin Tooth is like, and like watching you, and you see the woman across like the table from her sort of like leans over, and
Mm.
Tin Tooth sort of like glances and like leans in, and she whispers something into her ear. Huh, interesting.
What's interesting?
Or like right there. What's up? What's up, guys?
Whispering right in front of me.
That's kind of rude, actually. um, it has been brought to my attention that you are friendly with our local mother, as it were, the mother of the sworn.
Oh yes. She was, well, she was a great help to us recently.
Hmm. Uh, Perhaps you should look to there is a work board uh, that has people looking for people interested in odd jobs.
Hmm.
If you're interested in work, uh, you can see that that information has kind of like pulled them back a bit from
Yeah.
like engaging.
I think Keld will sort of get a little dejected, but so you're not looking for anyone?
He looks down. So no. um, Hell, roll me a persuasion check.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Yeah.
9.
Okay. That seems right. Uh, I'm sorry. She like it's like a genuine like, oh no. Like she feels kind of bad. Um, I
That's
don't
all right.
think,
I
yeah. Uh,
was just trying to see if anyone needed some help with the festivities and everything tomorrow. I'm sure somebody's looking.
Keld, I'd love you to roll me just charisma.
Also a 9.
Perfect. The festivities tomorrow. Heard anything interesting?
We've never been here for them, so I'm not quite sure what to expect.
Hmm.
People seem to be. Oh, I can't remember. Have we heard anything specific
Um,
above
about
table?
about anything in particular? I mean, you know that it's a big event that goes throughout the day. Um, you haven't really inquired a lot about what happens at the birthday. You
Yeah.
just know that Ptolemaeus Christodoulopoulos is
Hmm.
working on just like an end of day bash, including firework.
Mm-mm. Yeah, I'm not quite sure what to expect. I know we've got an acquaintance who's working on something exciting for I guess, the wrap of it all. Something he's calling fireworks.
I see. Those sound interesting.
That's what I was thinking. Can't wait to see him.
She smiles. These large, like steeled teeth. Well, I hope you find some work.
Appreciate that. I hope you get the help you're looking for.
Mm, here's hoping.
Tin Tooth, was it?
Tin Tooth, and you?
You can call me Green.
Um, you know, this isn't going to make her like. This is not going to have like an outcome per se, but I'd love you to roll me deception.
Hmm.
It's not like she's gonna point at you and be like, "That's a lie."
Yeah, how
Um,
dare you?
it's just this is your first time also ever
Ah.
using this.
Yeah, that
9.
one.
Yeah, it is your first time ever using this.
Yeah, that's true. I've only been called that by people I really don't like. So
Yeah, you're like, actually, it feels
honestly,
weird.
it doesn't run off the tongue, so I don't think we're gonna stick with that.
We're demoing a
she's-
new title.
You can see that she feels your discomfort in
Hmm.
in using that name. Well, Green, I hope you enjoy the festivities.
Take care. I need to go find my sister.
Of course. And she kind of like leans back in her seat and watches you go.
You can just hear the slosh as Kelp stands up from the table with all the body scum in his boots.
As you leave Bone Spur, Nyx, you are out looking for a cross section where there may be a memorial to a mysterious corrupted wolf.
Yes.
Give me a perception check. The DC is probably not very high.
Oh. That's 15.
Okay. You go over probably like 2 blocks and find a little memorial setup. It looks like there are plenty of like people who wrote well wishes on like pieces of fabric and paper, and it looks like torn pieces of the newspaper. You can see that some people wrote their condolences like on the wall that the memorial is placed against. There are some burnt down candles, and it seems some incense. Um, it looks like there was a plate where maybe food once was, but it is not there anymore. And there is a drawing of the scraggliest man you have ever seen in your life.
Mhm.
Just so scraggly. And you're not sure if he's missing any teeth or if just the artist just kind of like blacked in the mouth. You are not sure. And it looks like he has like kind of like bigger, frizzier hair, but it is kind of crushed down by what looks like the fur of an animal, but like it still has all the pieces, right? Like you can see like on the edges where the like claws are still attached to the hands, and you can see the edge of a snoot right at the top of the frame, and just the craziest eyes, but like a little hot. Like, where you would never tell anyone, right? You could not tell anyone that you have slept with corrupted wolf. You knew that. You could not tell people. But you're like, yeah, it's an energy.
Mhm.
There's an energy here.
Sends the pictures here. I think she would sit down right in front of the memorial and pull out her pot and do the scrying right there. Like, maybe
Okay.
something here belongs to this man. She doesn't know.
So you just
At least
really
his
keep touching
pictures in-
stuff. You're like, so you have
The
a
likeness.
likeness.
We definitely have a
Which-
likeness.
Is that add or minus to something?
That's
what
minus
thing's doing?
2 for you.
Okay.
But since I've never met him, it's +5 because he's second hand.
Okay.
So you get +3.
+3.
Yeah.
Okay. could be the only thing making this man possibly save this. If he is alive, we're rolling to see. We're rolling a lot of things right now. We're rolling a few things. Your consciousness begins to move upstream, fighting against very gentle currents moving against the water. And you're in a forest, and there's snow on the ground. And there is a man, completely naked, swanging. And he is dancing as if he has been dancing for days. You don't know how long Corrupted Wolf has been missing, but it feels like it could be that amount of time. No shoe, nothing, no glove. You can see at one point he dances by something that you think is a scarf, and it almost seems like, why would he even have the scarf? Are there other pieces of clothing I just can't see? And you can also see that like the edges of a couple fingers look a bit purpled, and the same with a couple of toes. Just a bit purpled on the edges as this man dances as if that's what he were born to do. Just moving through the snow, and you can see hundreds upon hundreds of his footprints that he has just been moving in this space constantly. And he moves over towards a tree and grabs a rope and pulls it and begins to move with the rope while dancing. And you see that hung up between two trees are a bunch of fake people made out of bits and bobs and fabrics. And this rope is controlling them to dance. You don't know how many there are. You can see that as he turns near another tree that the rope continues. You're unsure if this man is surrounded by just fake dancing puppets while he dances in the nude out in the dead of winter. So he's alive.
Huh. I go look at this tree to go get him.
Yeah, you 100% could go through this tree and get this man.
All right. I don't have a way to get us back today, but
I could go get this man, but I'm
I
gone
could
for
go
the
there.
rest of the day.
He's gonna lose all his toes and
we
fingies.
gotta go get him somewhere warm, guys.
Yeah. Keld, you're able to find Nick. She's currently scrying like in the middle of the street.
I'm just standing over waiting for her to finish up.
And eventually the image fades.
She'll come out. Find Kelder. He's alive.
You found him?
Yes, he's not doing very well. She'll tell you exactly what she just saw. So, I think I could get there, but I don't know. I don't think I can get back today. But he doesn't look like he's doing well. And I don't know if he could last more days. We should probably go ask them how long he's been gone.
Especially since they already had a memorial and everything.
Yeah.
Think he'd last one more day?
I don't know. No, we could go and like start a fire for him at least.
I don't know. He sounds a little unwell, but
We should at least go tell his friends that he's alive.
yeah.
So you all walk back into Bonesburg.
Yes.
Nix, you do pick up on the vibes that they think it is weird that you have both returned.
What happened? Okay. Well, everyone was friends with him. So I think you should just stand in the front and tell them all. So your friend Corrupted Wolf is alive. I'm gonna go try to get him. He is out in some forest where it's winter and does not seem to be doing super well. So,
Apparently, he's just dancing.
dancing with, I think, a lot of people that he made.
There are a lot of like murmurs,
Mm.
like and like nods of yeah, that sounds right.
Is
Yeah.
that okay?
That's checking
I
out.
guess that's in character.
Yeah, a lot of nodding, like, yeah, it's good he's not dead. Like, people seem pretty excited that he's not dead,
Okay.
but are not shocked by his activities.
Hmm.
Unless you guys think I should just leave him out there. This is your friend.
I'll say that you do get like a split thing of just like corrupted wolf is like always been his own man and like danced to the beat of his own drum and he's been fine, and other people are like, hey, maybe he needs a little help sometimes. So you definitely get the split answer across the board.
Yeah, we'll see what we can do.
Could at least go get him some food and stuff before we
Yeah.
head out there. Well, hopefully I'll bring him back tomorrow.
The young person at the bar seems pretty excited, as they're the one who had talked to you about corrupted wolf.
Nice. All right. Well, didn't have a lot of luck in here, Nick, so we can try elsewhere.
Okay. Worst case, maybe I can go make more poison again. People, they were out of it in the other town. I could make it and sell it as a job.
And the two of you meander out.
Nobody wants our poison.
No one's
Nobody-
poison?
Nobody wants poison, wink, wink. All right, Nix, how about you give me a... give me deception.
Hey, everything charisma is -1, so here
Oh,
we
no.
go. That is, would you believe it's a 9?
Wow.
Oh, that sounds right. Yeah, that seems.
I
what-
would, in fact,
we're doing
believe
here.
that. Yes, 100%.
9 is what we're
it's-
rolling today.
It's weird that nobody stops you and asks you, "Hey, wait, hold on." You kind of hesitate in the doorway, but nobody stops you.
As I eat a poisoned mushroom and am fine from it.
They're like, Jesus Christ.
They're like, well, they can go join Corrupted Wolf.
They're like, actually, this seems right. You guys go find Corrupted Wolf and maybe hang out. But you leave Bone Spur, and the two of you are out on the street.
Hmm. You
I feel
know,
like we gotta bring him back. I just, now that we know he's out there.
yeah. Well, if you can get there, I'm sure we can find a
Yeah.
way to get back.
We should at least
The boat.
tell the others.
Mm-mm. Maybe someone can help.
Is there anything you wanted to accomplish before going to save Corrupted Wolf? Or, so is your next thing like, I guess we should try to find everybody, or is there something else you want to do? What's your next step? Or is it open a tree? Here we come, Corrupted Wolf. Those are...
I'm
think-
resigned to that, but
It's pretty important. We can't just leave him out there.
That's such a Caleb line. I'm resigned to that.
Corrupted Wolf is like family now. We can't just
Yeah.
abandon him.
We
It's
now we know
true.
he's out there all alone.
that's not cool.
Well, I don't know if he thinks he's alone, but
Well,
I mean,
He doesn't seem to think he's cold either.
no.
yeah.
Maybe he's not.
We could at least check the inn to see if anyone's there to tell them we're leaving to save this guy. And if no one's there, we could leave them a note since we know
Mm.
that they'll stay there.
yeah.
Okay, so because this is a comedy of errors, you will miss
Mm.
Fen by moments and
Mhm.
make make headway straight into the inn as he goes the opposite way.
Hmm.
Nobody's there.
I suppose we leave a note for them.
Yeah. We'll catch them eventually. Hopefully, they're having more luck.
Do you think the bartender can write it for us?
The bartender's like,
No,
what do you need me to write?"
just just a note
I,
for our
I can
Yeah.
friends.
write it.
Uh-huh. But what does it say though?
You can write it, Geld.
I got this. What should we tell them? They don't know who Corrupted Wolf is.
Oh, Corrupted Wolf. I was at his memorial service. It was
He's alive.
oh
We
shit.
saw him.
That
Yeah.
means we get a second memorial service at some point. Hell yeah.
Mhm. We're gonna go get him.
Awesome.
We just wanted to let our group know that before we leave.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, 'cause-
I'll tell your group that you went to
Okay.
go get Corrupted Wolf.
Yeah, we'll be
Appreciate
back
that.
tomorrow.
Okay. Back tomorrow, went to get Corrupted Wolf. Got it.
Right.
Hmm.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Cal, should we also tell? I should probably go tell Russ that we're leaving town, and so that he doesn't like wonder why we never showed up at the apartment again tonight.
yeah,
since
that's a
what
good
we're
idea.
saying. That'd be really. I'd
No
be a
need
little afraid for
to
people in town.
worry him.
Yeah. Okay, so we would then also have to go
All right.
find him to tell him.
Okay.
that-
So we are going to roll a check to see if he is at the apartment or if he is at Sindri's place.
Do you not have a sending stone today?
Hey, listen, that's only 25 words.
That's
I wasn't
true.
gonna bring it
Corrupted
up
Wolf is
'cause
gonna
I-
pick up a lot of those words.
So there's this guy named Corrupted Wolf, and he was dead, but he's not, and we're gonna go get him. That's that's a lot of it already.
Hmm.
He is not at the apartment.
Hold on, we have to go to Sindri's to go tell him.
Okay. Whoop.
We ran across town.
You you run across town. Fen goes
Missing
the other
Fen
way.
entire-
You just miss each other.
multiple
Damn.
times.
Yeah. Alyona walks between the two of you right as you go past.
Mm.
Ships in the night. If
Yeah.
only
Friggin'
someone
Scooby-Doo
were
up in
paying
here.
attention.
This whole time, Nana's at the eating
Is
candy.
sitting quietly.
Nana just quietly like piece of candy.
Mhm.
Candy. Nana, ironically, having the chillest time out of the whole party.
Yeah,
Hey, maybe
Mm.
sometimes you just need to sit and disassociate for like
she
3
should have brought
hours.
a book.
She
She
should
brought a
should
book.
have. She should have just brought her journal.
Yeah. Probably was on her
Hell, she
person.
might
She just
have.
never pulled it out. She's just like, ah,
Yeah.
shit. That would have been a great
She
time to
just-
journal.
Kind of kept thinking she was going to maybe like expect to see the chief's daughter coming in and just didn't want to be
Yeah.
involved in her journaling when that happened.
Mhm.
That feels like that'd be a big shift mentally. So probably she
Yeah.
was just like could pull it out, but no, chief's daughter will walk in any second. And that just happened for 3
I mean, it's
hours.
technically true.
Ooh.
You're able to meet up with Russ. Did you want to put your conversation with Sindri on the back burner, or did you want to do that now?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, we're gonna ask him questions.
I
Well, we're
mean,
already,
we're
Russ is like
here.
looking at you two.
we're already here.
Well, it's good to see you too.
Russ. I'll give him a hug,
Yeah, that would
Okay.
have happened first.
and I will
Yeah.
transfer the lily pad to him.
Hmm.
Ah, perfect.
We got it from a really mad goose.
Ah, the goose. He like nods
Mhm.
knowingly.
The pond is not a happy place.
No, you're not supposed to go near it. It's more of like a looking thing.
Oh,
But you two look like you were near it.
We were.
in it. Hmm.
Oh, that sounds fun. I'm
I
glad
was
you're
holding-
enjoying the city.
I got to hold all of the ducks.
Well, that sounds fun. I wish I had held all the duck. We'll have to go back and then get back in the pond, and I'll hold all
We'll
the
need a
ducks.
diversion.
Yeah, you can come with and divert the goose again.
I wonder if you can stunning strike a goose. Where's the solar panel on a goose?
Probably on its head.
Uh,
Huh. Just full
Maybe, like-
punch to this goose's head.
well,
Oh, no.
it's maybe like
He's
right below
stunned.
the
Look at
beak.
him.
I
Look,
think
he's
you
stunned.
killed him.
He's not moving. He's stunned.
Definitely just stunned.
Please don't punch the geese.
I wasn't planning to. I was just thinking about it.
Okay.
I'm imagining a Mortal Kombat fatality where he just like punches the goose and then its head compacts, so it's just like no neck goose.
Wah. just the body. So did you need any like points inside and like points to himself? He's like, what's what do you need?
We were looking for you, and then we remembered we
Multiple
wanted to
things.
talk to Sindri as well.
Yeah.
Sure. Really feel like we need to get you guys a stone for Sindri so that you can also warn Sindri when you're coming.
I don't know if he'd like that. We'd probably bother. Then
Rush
again-
shrugs. He's like, I don't know. Honestly, don't know on that one.
We can ask. We'll add that to the list of questions.
Yes, a
A
list that
sending
I have.
stone. The list of one question.
All right. So you need to talk to me and you need to talk to him. Are these
Yes.
combo conversations or separate conversations?
We can talk about the part with you in there. That's fine. Maybe he'll
Sure.
want to know.
Maybe he does not know what you're talking about. And he's like, sure,
Yeah.
probably, I guess.
Maybe Sindri's really invested in Corrupted Wolf too.
Maybe.
I don't know.
Everybody does Corrupted Wolf. You move into the sitting room, and it looks like Sindri wasn't in there before and has walked in to meet you, and will give you both hugs upon your entry if willing, and will be please take a seat. I wasn't expecting you.
That's fair. We didn't call it.
Yeah. Maybe we get a sending stone to call ahead.
Oh, that sounds like a good idea.
Okay. I don't know where to get those, but we'll look.
If you happen to stumble into one, I'll pay you back for it, or I will send a
Mm.
commission.
We'll have to look around, Keld.
Mm-mm.
But okay, before we forget, so we're gonna leave town after this to go find this guy named Corrupted Wolf who is missing. And people
Nick
saw
was
him
able
Russ-
to
dead.
find him.
Russ nods knowingly. That seems to not super phase
Mhm.
Sindri. He's like, okay. And Russ is like,
Russ is like, I went to the memorial.
We all went to the memorial service.
How long's he been gone? Oh my god.
he goes missing
Mm.
occasionally.
Oh. Well, I found him and we're gonna go get him.
'Cause it's cold
Okay.
out there.
That's very nice of you.
But we won't be able to come back until tomorrow. So
That was the
Mhm.
one predicament.
yes.
Sure. Yeah. Stay safe.
I think we'll be fine. And then had other questions as well. Turns to Sindri.
Sindri like, like focuses in like, me now.
Mhm.
Um,
Guys, you said we were gonna be like open about everything. So I figured I would come ask more questions.
Of course, let me attempt to get myself in the headspace.
Okay. So wait.
I'm sure I'll build to it. You can go ahead.
Keld's trying to remember what we were going to ask you.
Cloud looking at Nyx.
The only ones I have written down are about the spirit and
yeah.
his plan with the lanterns. That's all we came up with.
Okay.
Good job, team. Ask
We
away.
did great. So I was going through like the whole story of everything that happened, and I was wondering, do you remember if it was your idea to go get the spirit like first? Who suggested it first on the mountain to go get it? Was that a you thing, or was that Rose's thing, or was that somebody else's idea?
I am curious what has brought this question about.
You asked me when I was here, like who all I thought you should trust, and you asked if you should trust her. And now because you brought that up, I'm now also questioning if I should trust her, and thus if anyone should trust her. And I think getting more information about everything would help.
I would say the interest in the spear was originally my concept.
Okay. Is there a reason why? Is it just because it does a lot?
It does. I had some qualms with a fabled magical item, as great and powerful as it was, just sitting unattended. And to be frank, I thought it was necessary in the process of killing Ave. I am not sure how imbued he was with the powers of Gulveg, and I did not want to take chances.
I don't know much about him, so that makes sense.
Mm.
Hmm. And then for the plan, so like your plan, if you keep talking about how we're doing two separate things, but not the same thing. And yours is just lanterns? Or is there more to it that I'm missing? Because I feel like I'm missing a lot.
Me too.
We feel like we're missing a lot.
Go ahead and roll me persuasion. I'll give you advantage.
Hi guys, with this -1, let's see.
See?
Nat 20 -1.
Hey, I mean, it was an 18 on the die -1, so 17.
Okay. My goal, and I assume your goal and your companion's goal, and please correct me if I'm wrong, but is the safety of the people on the continent, is to peace and longevity. That has always been my intent. And the lantern's intent is to do just that. And perhaps there is some distrust or misunderstanding in the way I have spoken, but the intent with the lanterns is as stated, that they will be used across the continent and keep settlements safe. And over time, if there are ways that we can find to power other communities as we do Skull City with these lanterns, then the more better for the continent as a whole. To get there is a harder thing, in my opinion. I told you before that I am content if we had communications overseas, if there were people that needed use of these lanterns, that I would be more than willing to provide, which I would. When it comes to the continent I know and understand, I have some reservations, not in providing assistance on, but how those in power will use my assistance. That is where I have some reservations on how to proceed. I think our king accomplished a goal of peace, which is astounding and quickly on the way out. I do not find him competent. I find him weak-willed. And many refer to him as a silent king because he is. I do not know what a person with such little initiative in this comfort that they have acquired in their position would use to make the people safe with these lanterns. I worry that the king is not strong enough. I worry that any whispered words to a king could be twisted, and that these things could be used to create powerful weapons and continue this war that is now blossoming. I would feel most confident with these lanterns being used across the continent to keep people safe if I was in a better position to have more control over how and when the lanterns are distributed. If I thought my current position could do that, I would be content. I just cannot trust those in power to use them honestly and fairly.
Doesn't sound like a good position to be in.
No. I do not have much interest in being a king, but I will if it keeps people safe. And that's what I intend to do.
Oh. So is it like you're gonna move to where he is, or are you gonna try to make here the new capital?
It would be nice to adjust the capital this way. Nix, I could not tell you how this is going to go. I have been doing my best to parade myself around socially, politically. I have been attending these parties. I have been trying to talk to people and move my way up as best I can, as cleanly as I can. And my timeline feels as if it keeps being truncated drastically each time there's outside interference. And that makes things more difficult and messy, which I am trying to avoid.
What about these? We've been trying to find more information on the blind eyes. artifacts. We've got some suspicions about some potential goings ons with the city's birthday or celebration.
Oh, are you worried about? Is there? I'm sorry, I'm not even sure what to ask.
They've been bothering at least one person in like their business.
And
Potentially
it-
3.
They threw a rock through the window. At least I
Oh.
have it.
And we're worried that this is related to the birthday.
I don't know where that part came from, but people are worried, and so we're trying to find out what they're doing and stop it
Um,
if it's bad.
all right. Certainly, if you find something out, let me know. As if it is something that you think is an issue for safety.
Mm-hmm.
I have some contacts in the city. If you give me the evening, I'll see if there's any information I can gather.
Yeah, I think the businesses that had some issues was Helmheim, Ulfrix.
So you only know about one of them.
We haven't got back
kind
up
of.
with Fen yet.
Oh, okay.
You only know about Pinks.
I see. Well,
Well, Pinks is a staple here in Skull City, and the fact that anyone is bothering Pink seems confusing. If I had to pick a word, like I said, I will look into it. I can always put in a request for extra security and see if that is approved.
I think that's good. We can. We're gonna be gone for the evening anyway, Keld.
hmm.
Is there anything else that I could help you with?
Huh. I don't know. Let us know if there's anything you need help with for your plans. I suppose.
I will certainly dwell on that. My current request is that you do not go around and tell everyone that I am interested in insurrection.
Fair.
Okay.
Appreciated.
Okay. I guess we should go find Corrupted Wolf. We should go buy him clothes first, I think, and maybe some
That's a
food,
good idea.
and then head out.
Okay. You guys get your hugs,
Mhm.
and you get your hugs and kisses on the way out, and go to the store and buy some food and buy some clothes. Run outside to a tree and step through to go see Corrupted Wolf.
Yes.
Perfect, thank you. That is what occurred. Throw a couple gold at me and I will be content with that.
Got it.
Fen, you step out of the Aura of Truth and stand outside of Ulfrux. What are you doing?
Fen has disguised self to appear as Dolph Hero of Arentoft, except scrawny and about a foot shorter than Fen normally is. He has affixed a tracking sticker to one magical arrow in a bundle of mundane arrows inside of a box, and he's going to look as naive and confused and lost as possible while wandering around the streets of the seediest part of town.
I recall we rolled really bad on this. It's all coming back to me, boys. It's all coming back to me. I recall. Yeah, Fen, you move through the streets. Oh no. My box. Don't look at it. Don't peek. It's important. Uh, there are certainly people that take you in and observe you. What's your passive perception?
It is, I think it's 22.
Yeah, something good.
22.
Set you right there. How much gold do you have on your person?
Not a ton. I just bought a magic arrow.
Yeah.
I have 9 gold and 4 copper.
Yeah, give me that.
Okay.
Yeah, give me that. Give me that. Uh, at some point, Fen will realize that all of his gold is gone. I just have to go based on these rolls. Do you think you have something else near your coin pouch that may be of interest? Besides your cool box that you were displaying?
The only other thing Fen would be carrying with him at this time would be his knife, like his kukri on the small of his back in its holster.
Would you roll me a luck check, please?
Five.
Yeah, give me that too. I gave I gave this person disadvantage and they rolled 2 nat 20s. Deal from you. I must give them their due. And eventually, whenever you like finish walking, there is like an old woman who approaches you at one point and is like, "Can I? Are you lost?"
Oh, I was just looking to sell these arrows.
Oh,
Thought there might be a place down here that would be in the market for them.
oh, come on, come on. And this old woman will start leading you down the street.
I will follow.
Roll me another luck check. I'm looking for like a big boy number here if we're if we're playing with stuff.
Well, your big boy number is
Mm,
about as low as I could possibly roll because it's a natural 1.
perfect, thank you. Uh, this is what I live for. This is what I like. It's just mundane shit. Nat ones. Uh, you are led through the streets. It does seem kind of strange to you. This woman doesn't exactly fit in down here super well. Like there are plenty of normal people around, but just like she does have just like a different energy to her as she moves through the space and is like, okay. Uh and ends up taking you to what looks like, in theory, like a lemonade stand. Like just like a little setup on the side of the street. And there are 2 kids manning the store. And they like look at you as they approach and they're like, oh, and they both straighten up and they're like, hello, are you looking for deals? And like they just like fan their hands outwards.
Um, I have these arrows.
Oh,
Reason to
pointy
believe
sticks.
some of it might be
Hmm.
special.
Oh,
Be open to sale, trade, or barter.
let's see. Um, what's your passive insight?
On a very small screen, so I got to keep toggling back and forth.
Mhm.
12.
Okay. Um, You're picking up on, like, you glance at the old woman and like these two kids shuffling around, and you're picking up on kind of a sense of pride from the old woman as she watches them. And they go, "Does this interest you?" And they set down on the table an array of whittled animals and people and start setting them out, and like rocks that have paintings on them, definitely done like all by children, pretty like talented enough children, but very much children. And they start like setting it down, and they're like, would you be interested in trading or bartering for this? And like puts out their display.
What do they do?
The littler one sort of like pulls herself up. They're cute. Put on shelf.
They
Put it in
are
your pocket.
very cute. I currently don't have a shelf.
Oh.
Don't really have a home to speak of.
Oh.
Uh, I'm not
She
sure I
looks
could
over at the
trade
old woman.
these arrows for those effigies. I apologize. Do you know anyone who'd be interested in buying arrows for gold?
Oh. The two
Or
dejected children.
perhaps for information?
What do you want to know?
Is there anyone around here that's been seen moving boxes with an emblem of a diamond on it?
You do see a flash of recognition across the child's face, and you watch as the old woman like places a hand on the table. How about you take one of these uh, as a gift for entertaining the children? And she smiles. And then you can head on your way. And the kid's like, but I know. And then she like raises a hand, like, and that kid stops. It's like, okay.
Well, I appreciate it. And Fen will reach for his coin purse and realize that it is empty. They're very nice effigies, and I wish I could pay for one, but it seems I can't. I will be on my way.
As you turn to go, the old woman sort of like takes your hand and is like, are you sure you can't spare 1 copper? And you do feel like a copper being palmed into your hand.
Fen will register. No problem. And he'll give a copper. Are there any small bird effigies?
You definitely see something that's akin to a bird.
All right. That's the one I'm going for.
Okay. You take this bird and you had a copper, you take away your copper. Now you got a bird effigy. And the children are like, wow, our first sale, and get like really excited about it.
Thank you. Keep up the good work. You're doing a fine job.
And you just see them like looking at the copper, like, ooh, like just like, ooh, as you then can move away from the stand. It seems that you definitely looked like you were somebody that could be stolen from. Nobody wanted to mug you at knife point. It seems they just wanted to steal your stuff while you were not looking.
The
Is
easy
there,
way.
yeah. Is there anything else that Fen would want to do, or does he want to keep attempting this, or is he like, well, maybe I'll try this or go somewhere else? What's the plan?
Yeah, I guess we're gonna try the dark alleys now.
Okay, you start walking around in the dark alleys. Oh boy, oh these arrows are sure are heavy. Uh, and I think as Fen begins the next leg of his try and get mugged routine, that is where we'll take our break. So go get a snack and a drink, and we'll be back in 10 minutes.
Thank you, Ted.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Dice Cove for episode 225 on the Backs of Gods. We just took our 10-minute break. Fen is currently trying to get mugged, and Nix and Keld are on a rescue mission to save a man named Corrupted Rolf, who they learned about 10 minutes ago, and, and are going to lose a day to go get him. So he possibly does not freeze to death in the woods, which is very nice that somebody might not freeze to death in the woods. So, good deed. Uh, Meanwhile, we'll go over to Nana. Nana, you are on your way out of this government building after your conversation with Leah, the chief's daughter, and second. What's next?
Well, that didn't feel worth 3 hours, so let's see what we can find the old-fashioned way. Nana is going to make her way towards the party grounds. Just sort of do a little observation. What's going on? Who's moving things? Does somebody seem like they're doing something that nobody else is doing? In a suspicious kind of way. She's trying to pinpoint whether or not there's any tell of some kind of preparation that looks like it's not innocent.
Okay, first give me investigation.
Okie dokie. It's a -1 on that, but that's okay. I think I may still have an inspo left over from not this last time, but the time prior to that.
I don't know what you guys have.
I've got it marked on my sheet. I believe I have not used that yet. I am reasonably certain.
Sure.
So I'm letting you know that if this doesn't work the first time, I might be using that. Yeah. Let's see if the inspiration decides to help a little. That's gonna be spent. That is better, but not by a lot. Investigation is -1. The total is 15.
Okay. And roll me insight. I do not want you to roll with advantage.
Got it. Insight, no advantage. Baba deep. Ooh, brilliant. That's way better. 26.
Okay. So you're just looking around, seeing if anything stands out, see if it looks like somebody's doing something that does not seem to line up with what other people are doing. Currently, nothing is standing out to you. Is there anything else you wanted to do while you were here? There are some people, it looks like they're finishing up.
Okay.
You can see that there's been like a small stage sort of set up near the ledge where it looks like it's visible from like multiple levels. It looks like that's maybe where speeches or shows or people can stand and get a cool view of the city. You don't know. But there has been a setup placed here, and it looks like the beginnings of fancy dangling papers and fabrics and things. But currently, nothing stands out as strange or out of place.
Okay. I think Nana's going to take some time. She's going to make a circuit through a couple of the more densely populated spots, and she's going to be listening out for kind of like the idea of what kind of work orders are going on as people are wrapping up. Like what stages of preparation are still left to be done? Like how much longer does it sound like these workers are looking to be here? And kind of like listening out for about what time folks are talking about like different events going down the next day. She figures there's going to be markers of like, this is going to happen before that, and make sure that this is in place for before that other thing goes. And she's trying to get a gauge of a timeline, like what's going on today and what does it look like tomorrow is going to look like based on what she's hearing from the people working here.
So there are people setting up stands and setting up, it looks like in one of these nearby park areas, places for people like more table situations for people to sit at and possibly eat or converse. You get a sense that it's like you hear somebody, it's like an hour to go, like that they're wrapping up pretty soon.
Okay.
It looks like the intent is to have basically this like main walkway that like goes down the extent of the skull in a bit of a spiral that has like big danglies all over it, and that is finishing being set up. There is some like cute little drapery that's being like put on like the edges of the stage to make it stand out as not just a piece of wood that we put here to make it look cuter. There's also in the center like this kind of looks like a metal stick that has a like black bulb at the top set in the center.
Does it remind me of the lanterns to any degree, or
Not really.
this seems different? Okay.
Um,
Is it reminiscent of anything that I saw at the party? Anything that like any of the musicians were using, or?
What the fuck was that guy using? Did he have a microphone? That was a million years ago. I'm trying to remember if he had a microphone or not. I think he might have. It's hard to remember.
feel
I'm
like
gonna make
he-
a call canonically because he
Okay.
was amplified. I just can't remember
Yeah.
if it
How?
was. I'll roll for it. There was something on stage. It does not exactly look like this though.
Okay.
So you've seen something set on a stage before,
Mm,
but it does not look exactly the same.
interesting. Huh. Okay. I guess Nana is going to. I think Nana is going to take one more pass through and see if she can catch out anybody who sounds like they are especially urgent about getting something done urgently. Like somebody who's like not just like, day's almost done, guys, just an hour to go. Somebody who sounds like, you don't understand. We need to get this done. Don't fuck with me on this. Like she's listening out for somebody who feels more under pressure than your average worker wrapping their work day. Trying to see if there's somebody who might be under a pressure of time to get something illicit done, maybe.
Please tell me out loud about your illicit activities you need to accomplish.
If you would
If
be
you'd
so
be so-
kind,
if
I'd
you'd be so
love that.
kind.
Gee
If you could
whiz.
tell
But
me
if
about your
nothing else,
illicit
if she can
activities-
get a vibe for somebody who's like, this cannot be seen being done, especially if somebody's being cagey with how they're phrasing something, if they're being really like, make sure the thing is where it needs to be. I don't know. Something that stands out as hinky.
First, I'll answer another one of your questions that I casually skipped over.
Yeah.
It seems like the activities begin in the morning.
Yeah.
It seems that there will be food provided throughout the day, and that's one of the
Oh.
first things to start. That's also
All
when
day long.
all of the carts and stands start opening. Then
Like
that will be
daybreak or
followed
so,
by,
or
yeah, at like
okay.
sunrise, people start doing stuff.
Jeez. Okay.
There will also at some point start to be music, and then there will be
Okay.
games. A lot of things for children in the earlier hours seems to be the intent.
Sure, of
After that,
course.
there is going to be a what do you call it? I already said it earlier. A speech, sort of
Hmm.
like a "How do you do" from the pillars.
Mhm.
So
State of the Union kind of
Sindri,
deal.
the chief, and Mother of the Sworn
Mm.
will come and do a little "How do you do," and there will be some mingling there. Then it continues, and then alcohol will be starting to be served later in the day after the speeches are done, and more food, and then dancing, and then it seems it starts to get geared more towards just adults having fun, dancing and hanging out in the evenings. And then there will be a big, like, hurrah finale sort of thing. The only person you ever catch being like, "Oh, the deadline,"
Mhm.
is somebody who seems stressed about the finale, and is just like, "We've never done anything this big before." It's like, and it's
Okay.
like they don't seem to like fully understand like what it is,
What it
and
is, which
yeah,
makes
they
sense
seem
because
just
Tall
more
said
stressed
he
about that.
invented it for this. So,
Yes.
yeah. All new stuff, which would, of course, be stressful for anybody trying to set that up.
You do see somebody
Nana.
sneak around a corner though into an alley.
Oh, nifty. I'd love to sneak after that sneaky individual going into that alley.
Roll stealth.
You've got it, Chief. Okay. Okay. Well, since I am wearing my armor for my other bonuses, that does mean I am getting disadvantage on the stealth. So the worst of the two for that is 18.
Okay. You follow this young woman who's moving kind of a bit sneakily through the alley, uh, stepping around like boxes. There seem to be a lot of supplies stored in this alley,
Okay.
and sort of moves through and runs into another woman, and they talk in hushed tones and then just start making out.
Oh, got it. Okay, yeah.
Nana peeking
That
behind a box.
it's like,
Oh. Ooh.
hmm. Yep, that is certainly some secret business and none of mine. Leaving.
Nana does a back roll out of the
Yep.
alley.
And then they start talking about their illicit activities.
I
They're
mean,
like,
yeah,
"Babe, now that we're done
probably.
making out."
Babe, the crime is the secret ingredient to our love.
Yeah. But Nana leaves and will never know if they are up to crime.
I
Just knows that she
guess
should not spy on
not.
people kissing.
Yeah.
Which I think is
Shows
a
her.
pretty good choice in the grand scheme. But you leave the alley and you can see that workers are starting to like pack up, and like um you see one person goes to take something to the alley and then turns around and walks out of the alley, and is like,
Yeah.
"Oop, never mind, my bad."
Nana's like, you too, yes.
I too was there.
Yes.
Uh, but yeah, it seems that yeah, just a couple more bits and bobs are being put out. You do see somebody who is like strapped onto one of the wires that holds like those carts that go up and down, from the bottom of the skull to the top, and is attached to that, and like has moved towards the cart itself, and has attached something to the like the gears at the top that like attach to the wire, and has set something like inside of it, and then sloths their way back and down, and kind of is like, all right, give it a test. And there's a person inside the cart who's like, okay, and like pulls a lever, and the cart moves backwards a little bit, and you watch like little sparks like
Oh.
fly out of the top of the cart as it moves up and down on the wire. And he's like, okay, don't waste it. And he'll set the cart still and then climb out.
Hmm. That's interesting. Should be quite the spectacle. Let's see.
So yeah,
Hmm.
that seems to be, yeah, people are starting to pack up. We'll probably show up early next morning to just get things moving, but
Hmm.
currently done a
Okay.
lot of setting up this evening.
Yeah, I think Nana will at this point try to break off and at least reconvene with somebody else of the team, see what we can do as night starts to fall, if we can get any leads working in our favor here.
Okay. Nana, you go to the tavern and are like, maybe they're back up in
Hmm.
the room, and that's when you learn that Keld and Nyx have gone to go find Corrupted Wolf. That is the end of the note. They'll be back tomorrow.
I thought Nyx could already turn into one of those.
Huh?
Corrupted wolf?
Corrupted Wolf, yeah.
Is that an animal or is that a person?
Yeah. It's like hard hit on the arm.
What?
Yeah, you get it.
I'm not sure I do, but okay, right. Well, if those two aren't going to be back until tomorrow, I don't suppose you have seen anyone else come through.
Yeah, your friend in like vaguely describes Fen. He was
Oh,
here
yeah.
earlier and then he left.
Oh. Right. Likely did not say where he was going.
No, did not approach me and tell me where he was going. Most people usually don't. So,
Right. In fairness, no, I imagine that's a bit of a rarity unless one is leaving town for a day, in which case the notice is appreciated.
so do you need a drink or?
That's very tempting, but no, thank you very much.
Hmm.
Okay, all right. If okay, all right. Should my friend Fen describes the guy back to the
Uh-huh.
gentleman he just described to me. Please inform him. I'm who else can I go to? I guess I'm going to try and reconvene with my other friend Roshan, who I believe is visiting with his sister, Rose, in town. Nana will kind of describe about where she's situated.
Uh-huh. Okay.
So if Fen comes by, let him know I went that way.
Sure. Puts it with his other note. All right.
Thank you very much. And I guess Nana's going to see what she can do to consolidate information with somebody.
Okay. You go to find Roshan. Roshan, standing naked in the living room, having
Oh,
magical
boy!
runes drawn around him and his sister. I am going to need an insight check, please.
I chose the one that's impossible to read. I thought it was a 5 in some way, but it's a 14.
Oh,
So 27.
okay. This spell you were in the center of is incredibly unnerving. it is something where you have to like open yourself up emotionally and spiritually. Like you feel it prying at your mind and at your like magic. And it does not do so against your will. Like it seems like she would have to do something more to do that. This is like you have to just like fully just like here is my heart and soul, observe. Do you just open up fully to this magic, or is there some hesitation, or
I think Roshan would be completely open to it, but he doesn't realize how closed off he is until it starts knocking.
Mhm.
So, like, if it pries at his brain, he'll open that door, and he doesn't realize how many doors he has closed until this spell tries to look behind them. But he opens them.
Okay. You'll see just like Aliona moving around, and you realize as you're kind of coming to this conclusion, she's like stopped and is looking at you. And it's like, okay. And then it keeps moving around like, thank you. Like I didn't have to ask, was about to ask, but you were able to do that. Doesn't seem that she has to ask Rose either, or you did not notice it happen. Uh, but I would say this goes on for about 30 minutes. Okay, you can put your clothes on now.
Roshan will.
I think Rose
He'll
considers
probably
not. She's like, actually, it's my house.
seeing her not hopping to, Roshan will like pick up a shirt to just like drape over her shoulders.
Okay.
This
When
is
prompted,
yours.
she will dress. She's like, whatever. I'm not uncomfortable. And will put her clothes back on. Okay, so I got some details. I mean, the thing is, I don't know what you know about your own gifts. And so I don't know if I'm about to be like, here are big surprise for you, right?
Are you saying that you may have unlocked something that we don't know about?
I don't know. You might be like, of course, Eliona, who wouldn't know that? And I'd be like, ah, yes. Um,
Well, I thought I'd stop being surprised a while ago, but it keeps happening. So I don't know. Do your worst. It's probably won't change anything.
all right. You can tell me if I surprise you with something. Um, you see that she like starts to talk and like the words sort of like shift and mumble and turn into a language that you don't understand, and Aliona like rolls her eyes and is like, give me a second, and has to recast tongues so that she can communicate with you. Okay, so your magic is what I'm assuming is a vaguely, in some instances, common one on your continent, as it is celestial in nature, but it is not a direct gift. It does not feel like the energy of a cleric, as their magic would be. It is something not bestowed but taken, a piece of the divine, but not a direct connection. So, maybe all on the same page with that.
Yep. So far.
Okay, so this other ritual, uh, no doubt in my mind, was made for the both of you. There is, looking at your markings and looking at the ritual together, It is apparent to me that it was made with you in mind. If somebody else were to step in, if they did not have the same intent of magic, I suppose. So if they were a cleric, I don't think it would work. It would probably still kill them, but I don't know if you would get the same outcome. Who's to say? It is not providing the right connection, because once a cleric dies, an entity can pull back their magic. It is not as if that cleric continues to wield that magic. Um, your energy is your own. It is something that is contained within your body and could not even be taken upon death, except by this spell. Yes, this ritual. So the intent is for you to die so that the magic can be taken from your body, placed together into one thing in the sense of creating the divine. Um, this seems like a weird thing to tell someone. Is that um, I think you are. I don't know if this was a failure on the magic practitioner's part, who created your original and like motions to your body. Um, you are supposed to be one thing. Like it is like you split and are two things instead of one thing. So that is why you are, in this case, the ritual is set up for two things to become one, because in your case, that was the intent, is that you were one thing.
That also doesn't come as a surprise. The woman who created us had intended to, well, have a little snack, and I suppose I don't know, I guess, whether she meant it on one or two, or was just happy to have two where one would have sufficed. I'm not sure.
I don't know, but what I'm observing is that it seems like the only reason you are alive in this state is because of the magic, right? If this magic was not here, I assume you would have not um, survived birth, or you would have been born as one baby, if not tampered with in this way. Um, so, honestly, I'm not sure. I'd have to talk to the magic practitioner and see if that was the intent or if that was just an accident. I don't know. It is also apparent to me that because you are becoming one person, that there should be balance. In magic, there is usually the intent for balance, right? Because you are two things coming together, if you are not of equal halves, there may be complications to the ritual. I am not saying that it will fail, but there is a higher likelihood of mishap if you are not equal. And currently, your magic and like motions to the markings, your magic, Roshan, is currently not equal to your sister's.
Well, that was part of the preparations. I've slowly been gaining power as I refine the keeper, as I slowly slice off more dead god energy. And the last one went silent, and I'm not sure where he is, but I need to get my hands on another large source of power, if only so that I can verify that he's gone, and hopefully enhance my own so that we can be ready.
Okay. Rose has just kind of been like sitting there, like listening, just taking everything in. Nothing has like shocked her thus far. Like she seemed like to believe, understand, or have known everything stated. Um, there is some discomfort that you are not ready yet, is the simple way to put it. Uh, but she remains quiet. So that would be my professional opinion, is that you um, find, I don't know how you've been doing this, but find another power source to imbue yourself with more strength so that you are equal in this scenario. Uh, or I think she will at least rip you asunder. That'd be my guess, is that like you would just explode.
Well, we don't want that happening too prematurely, at least.
No. Also, you there are some magics that are like this. And I guess in the grand scheme all of them are. Um, some magic is run on faith and trust in either your own abilities or a higher power. Um, and this ritual, I think, for the optimal outcome, needs conviction. Is that you have to believe in what you are doing and the outcome. Doubt, I think, could lead to um, misfortune. As once again, this is being powered by your essence. It is taking you and making you something different. So it's still you. So if you go in with doubt, you may create a bastardized form of your own doubt. This is a complicated and dangerous thing. I'm not going to tell you not to do it. By all means, if you think this is the right thing to do to keep your continent safe and protect your people, I would not stand in their way. But it is particular magic.
Thank you. Um, yeah, I mean, everyone has reservations. It seems like perhaps more than my sister and I do. So thank you for the information. Um, if you come up with anything else, in loopholes,
Mm.
anything that I've missed, I'd really appreciate it.
Of course, the only thing I have currently um, that would take maybe the least amount of time, depending. Um, I have never done such ritual as is upon your own flesh, um, but this could be transferred. Your gift could be given to something else, someone else. But then that falls into the catch of that doubt can destroy the ritual. So if you pass this on to someone that is not confident, does not want to, you may still be met with failure.
Complicated.
Very much so. I am thoroughly intrigued, and like I feel like I'm taking away your spark by like telling you things. Like I feel like I want you to like figure them out, but like I can't resist just a little fun.
Well, I appreciate it, especially as our timeline grows short.
Mm. Well, if there is something specific you would like me to do, I'll do my best. But until then, I will just, I suppose, ponder it in my dreams.
Well, I think he will move in close and say, "If I survive this, I owe you one," and then he'll give her a hug. Just because he needs a hug at this point more than he thinks she does, but
Mm.
who knows?
Uh,
Maybe she's feeling her emotions.
uh, she'll hug you back. That doesn't seem difficult for her. And she kind of like holds like the back of your head and speaks close to your ear. You won't. And she gives you like a kiss on the temple. Is there a good place to eat here? Or like, I know that there's been bread sitting on the table for I don't know how long this bread has existed in this space, but is there like a good place to eat or
Roshan will say, I usually just have uh, I usually just have the mansion cook for me.
she's like that's no fun. Rose will
Rose,
bring up the wrap place because that just seems to be a staple for Skull City. And she's like, okay, well, happy to help. Thank you for your time, whichever one this was. I suppose call me if you need anything else. I am indebted to you. And she smiles and will take her coat and head out.
and I think Roshan will. I assume Rose has just gone back to sitting on the couch.
She's just there.
So I think Roshan will go sit down and zone out next to her while he tries to process
Mm-hmm.
all of that. I think a couple times in the silence he'll start with, so what if we, and then just kind of trails off as he realizes the moral quandary with his his thoughts.
What if we what?
I don't know. I don't know how we exist and this ritual goes off, but it sounds like we'd have to make some executive decisions on well, if there was a proxy, uh, who could do such a thing and who would do such a thing and who would want to do such a thing.
Rose is looking at you like quietly, like someone who has an answer and is waiting to see if you have something similar in mind.
I think Roshan is at a loss for it. He's exhausted. He doesn't. His brain's not thinking on all cylinders anymore.
If we find a way to transfer this magic, which I think is doable if we put thought into it, I think we have enough time. It doesn't mean it'll be safe, but I think we have enough time. Um, we'd need somebody who is fully on board. Somebody who does not doubt the situation. You could give me your half.
I think Roshan will let that linger in the air for an uncomfortable amount of time, and then gets lost in his wondering again. Wonders out loud. I wonder if no, that wouldn't work.
Rose will sit there quiet, letting you muse, not really adding anything, as she's probably given you one of your best answers, but you continue to muse past it.
Yeah.
You muse past it. Is there anything else Roshan wanted to do with his evening currently? Or is it musings and ponderings?
I don't think he would get up to much more until. Does Rose sleep? I don't know.
Rose seems to sleep. You assume
Okay.
she has as you've watched it happen.
Is she also freaky? I don't know.
Yeah, she just
Uh,
lays there like this is what he wants me to do. So I'm just gonna like kind of lay here, I guess.
Yeah, Roshan wouldn't do anything other than what he's already doing until she goes to bed.
Okay. And then there's a knock at the door.
Roshan will look at his sister, and when it's clear she's not expecting somebody, he will go answer the door.
And it's Nana.
Oh, welcome in.
Sorry, I don't. I mean, I can come in unless I'm interrupting, but I'm mostly just trying to figure out where, where everybody who's still in town is. Nix and Kelt have gone to find a corrupted wolf and rescue it. I'm very confused about why that seemed to be a priority. That's all that the note said that they left with the innkeeper, but they left a note, which is great.
You know, rescuing a corrupted wolf should just be on Nix's job application, like her resume. Like that just sounds like something she'd do. So
You know, you're right. She turns into one anyway. Maybe she'd, I don't know, heard it was causing a commotion and figured she'd resolve it
Well,
or something. I don't know.
wouldn't be the first corrupted creature she tried to make better.
Well, it sounds like they're doing, not badly, with the corruption snake thing.
Rose sort of gives you like a hello, like an acknowledgement from the room as she like makes her way across and like scoops up like a loaf of bread that's on the table and then just like sort of drags her hand across the wood as she walks past. Means nothing to Nana, means everything to Roshan.
Yeah, Roshan will let her in and say, well, if Nix and Keld have gone off to nurse this corrupted wolf back to health, then I guess Fen, do you want me to see where he's at?
If you wouldn't mind, if nothing else, I know Nix and Keld mentioned in their note they expected to be back tomorrow, so not long. If we can get in touch with Fen, that'd be good.
Roshan will send a sending to Fen.
Before you send it, hello, howdy. Fen, I'm assuming you are here and we just get to look at your cool artwork.
I am here. Yeah, the
Neat.
hotel Wi-Fi is struggling a little bit, so I just turned off my video so it wouldn't be more of a drag.
It's okay.
Anytime people don't have to look at my face, I'm sure they appreciate it anyways. So
Everyone loves a little art break. If everybody just turn off your camera,
You know.
everybody get out of here.
Boo!
Wow,
Get
look
over
at
there,
that.
get over
Art,
there.
art,
Ooh,
art.
Lovely, lovely,
Um,
lovely. We love it. We love it. Anyway.
But Fen, your walk through alleys, it's weird. Nobody seems really intent on mugging you. But there are a lot of people trying to sell you like drugs.
well, I can't buy any because I have no worldly possessions. So, so Fen's gonna
Oh,
do a quick lap around and see if he can find anything that points in the direction of, like, if he sees like out back of a shop, like stacked up boxes with Pink's logo on them, or like anything that looks like maybe a fence.
Okay. You begin sort of like looking around. Go ahead and roll me stealth just for your walking around and snooping.
Oh, right. Hold on, reload D&D Beyond. For whatever reason.
For fun.
19.
Okay. You're moving around, you think pretty stealthily. And nothing's really coming up for you currently. We'll get back to you depending on what you want to do next, or how this talk goes. Who knows? But you receive a message from Roshan in your head. Roshan, hello.
Hello. Um, the Sibs have gone. Nana wants to know where you're at. We're at my sister's. If you come, you need to bring treats. Bye.
He has no money.
Well, there's a tough predicament, huh?
Well, at least he has the opportunity to reply.
Roshan, I am in the slums. I have been robbed. Not in the way I intended. I have no money. I'll see if I can take treats from bar on credit.
Thought he said, "I'll see if I can steal."
See if I can steal.
Fen, no.
Fen seems incredibly fine for having been mugged, but it sounds like he's going to come over.
Okay. He didn't.
It wasn't the
sound-
kind of mugged he wanted to be. I don't.
I
What's
know that
he
he was.
doing? What are you doing? What's
we
going
were
on?
We were trying to figure out what might or might not be happening with the blind eyes, and whether or not it
Oh.
might have anything to do with the big event tomorrow. I mean, Nana can catch him up on the whole lot of nothing burger that she's got for intel for today's efforts. And I was rather hoping that we might be able to reconvene with Keldon Nix about what they may have found out at Bonespur. But at the very least, hopefully Fenn's found out something from either one of the other businesses that sounded like they'd been affected by the blind eyes or what have you.
Well, that's certainly more than I've got.
Well, I assume you've been here almost the whole time, so...
Yeah, we've been catching up. Roshan will throw just like the fakest smile to his sister.
Rose is standing there like deadpan, like chewing a piece of bread.
Catching up about the ritual that stands a chance to mortally imperil one or the both of you, yes?
That'd be the one.
Fun. Well, have you had any breakthroughs?
No breakthroughs yet. But one of us isn't trying very hard. And Roshan will grin at his sister again.
Oh, well, Roshan, you've just got to double down harder. Don't you know you've got to apply yourself? You're so smart.
I know, and I think I can do it. Even if she doesn't believe in me.
There's the sound of like another piece of bread being like ripped off with teeth. Real quick, Fen, are you now running to the inn, trying to haggle for some snacks, and then going to Rose's?
So Fen is going to go back to our inn. He's going to loudly say to the bartender as he puts the box down on the table, or on the bar,
Mm-hmm.
I haven't got any coin on me at the moment. And he's saying this loud enough to be heard by anybody in the bar.
Okay.
I haven't got any coin on me at the moment, but I'm hoping you can use this as collateral. The contents of this box contain items worth over 100 gold. I'll come back and pay you later if I can get 2 pitchers of ale and a nice charcuterie board to go.
You see, like the registering and the thinking. Okay. And we'll get you a pitcher of ale and a charcuterie gourd. It is a charcuterie gourd.
Probably
it is
easier to carry
gourd.
through
It's
the
the return
street.
of the
like-
pumpkin!
It is
It's
gourd
Gorbjorn's worst
full
nightmare.
of cheese and meat.
Yeah, the
And-
concave shape would probably be easier than a plate to carry through the
Yeah.
streets.
That's
Definitely.
their to-go container is gourd. You receive your to-go gourd and your drink, and they like pick up this box and sort of like examine it, and you can hear the shuffle of things inside. And he's like, "Okay," and just sort of like sets it off to the side, like doesn't put it in a back room, doesn't even like put it out of view, just kind of like props it up against the back wall behind them.
Perfect.
Score. Fenn's
Excellent.
gonna run up to
Fen-
the room, grab his bow and arrow, just so he's not completely unarmed in the streets anymore.
Okay,
You
you're
can't take
like-
my gourd.
You grab your bow, your arrow, your gourd, and your drinks, and you run over to Rose's place, where you are able to knock on the door and enter with snacks. So 3 of you are together. Anything with
Hooray.
this trio, you are welcome to speak as you like.
Fantastic.
To go, Gord. Thank you.
Ooh, a to-go gourd. Oh, Fen, fantastic. Was everything all right? Are you hurt? What
I'm
happened with
not
this
hurt
mugging?
at all, other than my feelings.
Oh,
My coin's gone. The conversations I had didn't go very well. Pink
Ah.
doesn't want to help, at least not in a way that she'll participate in. Had a nice talk with standoffish magic item salesman. Paid way too much for an item that I only intend to get stolen. It was the only thing that wasn't stolen for me today. Here I am, meats, cheeses, olives, in a gourd.
Here I am.
Well, I will say, at least as far as bringing food goes, you succeeded in spades.
This to me sounds like the prototypical story of like somebody comes back to the West after going to Skull City and it's like, I walked around, they stole all my shit, nobody told me what I wanted to hear, and then they kicked me in the ass and told me to go home. I'm like, I didn't realize
They
that was
called me a
real
little
thing.
fat girl.
They said if you could make it there, you could make it anywhere, but they don't even have alleyways. They just pile their garbage on the streets. It's a
And they
shithole.
have these ramps in between the buildings.
So, no one has made any progress on Pink.
Well, I spoke to her. Again, she seems put off of helping us because she's under duress from someone making threats to her. She gave me the name of 2 other shops that had things stolen. I spoke to one
Oh.
of them. It didn't work out well. I did buy an arrow, put it amongst the box, tried to get it stolen from me. It wasn't. I made a big show of it at our inn, hoping that someone would steal it from there as I left it as collateral for this meal. If it's not there when we
Uh,
get back, we'll still owe the shop, the tavern, for the meal, but hopefully whoever's taken it will take it back to a place where we can find Blind Eyes.
That's
You've
a
marked
good
it, you
plan. What was stolen?
My knife and the rest of my coin.
Oh.
No, from you said there was somebody, a magic item salesman?
Yes. What I was able to ascertain in my conversation with him, which was entirely truthful, was that magic items had been stolen from him.
Did you ask him
I
which
see.
ones?
No, I didn't. I was too busy being stressed out about doing all of this on my own.
Well, sorry.
Did anyone else make any
wasn't-
progress?
Nana will catch him up on the nothing burger that was today.
So aside from losing 2 of our party, have we figured anything else out?
Well,
There
if
might be a
nothing
corrupted
else,
wolf.
And the chief's daughter would love some help, but cannot sanction independent parties to do it for her.
Well, good news for her. Independent parties are incapable of doing it for her.
Fantastic.
Oh, lovely.
Well, put a bow on it, boys.
So,
At
Let's
least
get
we
out of
fucking
here.
tried.
well, Fen, we've got something, if nothing else, with regards to the collateral you left at the inn. If it is still there when we get back, if we wind up going back earlier than tomorrow, we can presumably try and find another way to make it an appealing, I don't know, object of worth, I don't know, but perhaps we need to think in terms of what would be appealing to the people who were stealing things. It might have been useful to note specifically which magic items had been taken from the magic shop, but what other shop has been stolen from?
The other shop that was mentioned was
Helmheim.
Helmheim. Yes, was the other shop. I did not stop there. I invested the coin that I had in a magic item, hoping that putting that amidst the box, if anybody was looking for magic items with any sort of detect magic spell, they would see a magic box being carried by a diminutive man in a dark alley looking confused, and that they would target that person.
Well, they did, but not for that.
Not for that.
So, perhaps if we, I don't know if Ulfric is still open at this hour, but if
It's
we
a
might be able to...
24-hour shop.
Oh, you're right.
And he'll
That
fuck your
That's
little
mom.
true.
freak stays awake. And he'll fuck your mom.
Apparently so. At any rate,
I'll
that
tell you
disturbing
what.
mental image aside,
Oh, what time of day is it?
We are certainly in the evening time.
that's what I kind
Um,
of figured, yeah.
The sun has set.
If Rose doesn't mind, and I took 4 hours to meditate, got a rest, I could go out, stealthily snooping around for the rest of the evening, right through tomorrow. If someone wanted to visit Helmheim, rather, or revisit Ulfric, not sure he'd be happy to see me again, and ask additional questions, that might be fine.
Yeah, I'll Roshan will get out the worry stone from his pocket and begin to summon Worry's End and say, you can just have your bedroom. And Roshan will summon the door inside his sister's apartment. Also, there's nothing to eat in here other than to-go gourd. To gourd.
To gourd!
You can take me hot to gourd.
Oh no.
Oh boy. On the backs of gods after hours, everybody. Anyway. That sounds like a fairly decent plan. While you're getting your meditation, Fen, I think I may try and go and speak with the proprietor at Helmheim. Roshan, I'll understand if you'd prefer to stay and catch up a bit more with your sister, but
no, I'll come with you. I can I'll help, I'm sure.
I feel distinctly that I could have done with a little extra personal presence when I'd been trying to get some questions out of the chief's daughter earlier. So your presence would certainly be helpful. I'd appreciate you.
Roshan considers making a large butt joke at Nana, but he can't. He's too tired to think personal presence, big butt. He can't think of the play on words.
Ah, well.
And so
So
he
sad.
just kind of like points and snorts to himself and is like, all right, let's go.
2 requests while you're out. First
Yes.
of all, please be safe. Second of all, if you happen to see my knife, will you buy it back if it's not obscenely overpriced, please?
If we see your knife for sale and it is not at a scalper's rate, then
It's
certainly we will acquire it for
Just a mundane knife. It's not magical or anything. Don't overpay for it, but it is of utility to me. I appreciate having
Right.
it around.
you. On the off chance we cannot find the one specific knife, would another knife of a similar sort be just as good?
I'm sure we'll. I can make do somewhat well. I've got a dagger in my mess kit. Not quite as effective for chopping kindling and such, but we could shop another time if we can't find mine back.
All right. Rest well, and certainly let us know if you wind up leaving early.
Oh, I'll not be going anywhere unless I do. In which case, I think I could probably find you.
Oh,
If we can't get there and back in 4 hours, then I'll push Nana off a bridge.
perfect. That'll get me here much quicker.
All right. Be safe, both of you. I'll see you soon.
The
Sweet
magical door
dreams.
closes. Rose stares at the spot where the magical door would be and is like, this could have been put literally anywhere, and you put it in the middle of my living room. It could have been right outside. It could have been anywhere else, but sure, fine. Everyone trounced through my house. She doesn't say any of that, but the energy's there.
Well, at least he's not meditating in your living room.
If you hadn't brought up the mansion, she was gonna be like, so you guys have a room at the inn, right? Like,
Yeah.
I hate to be that person, but
Yeah. That
so
tracks.
Roshan and Nana, you head out towards the shops. Nyx and Keld, you step out from a tree. The Nyx and Keld, I would say you both feel this immediate. The energy here, the energy of the earth is so palpable. It is crazy. It's like being in like a little typhoon of energy. When you step into this forested area where Corrupted Wolf continues to dance, and the shaking of these backup dancers moves in like they're like set up in a diamond shape around him, and some of them have bells that jingle softly when they are shaken as he dances, and seems fully in the throes of it, and his eyes turn and they're just blown wide, and he stares at the magical portal opening up in a tree. And he watches 2 figures step out, and his mind is fucking blown. Just astounded as he immediately moves over to you and starts like touching your faces. Wow. Hey there.
Man's high as balls.
Hi.
Hello.
You
Who
smell
are you
like
dancing
pond.
for? Mm.
He turns to you, eyes wild. No one. And just this big smile. He does have his teeth nicks, proven and canon.
And who are they dancing for? Pointing to the other people.
They're dancing. And it's just like a gentle stroke of both of your cheeks in unison. And like he sort of like begins to like move like raising the arms and the shoulders up and down, like setting this beat with his body that you can almost hear, and like goes back into it, and it's intoxicating. This man's energy is crazy, and you kind of want to dance. It's like Are we dancing? What's up?
Should we start a fire first so he doesn't freeze
Mm.
and then dance? Okay.
Let's do that.
Yeah, the two of you take some time to like set up a fire in the middle. He does not seem bothered by this. He's not like, hey, you're harshing my mellow. He's like, okay.
We're making him a dancing fire.
Yeah. No, he seems pretty cool with that.
Druid recognizes Druid here.
Mhm.
He just is
Dance
just
for no one. Yes.
Mm.
and so Nix is like, hell yeah. And then you guys got a nice fire going. And a man who has not stopped dancing in that intoxicating way that he does.
I think Keld will start making food.
Mm. Well, I guess I'll dance while the food's
Mm.
being made. There's no reason to stop him yet.
Mhm.
Mm. Nix, are you naked dancing as nature intended, or are you
Of
keeping your clothes on?
course.
You okay?
No.
It's so cold though,
Yes,
guys.
nature intended. No, that's why the fire is Kel. We made a fire for a reason.
Yeah.
So we could dance naked, Kel. That was the point of the
Yeah.
fire.
I see.
Yeah. So Keld is sitting there, cooking up some food, and in the background, just in the throes, is Nix and this man, Corrupted Wolf, just dancing for nobody. And the many, many backup dancers that like shake around you. All of them have like drawn faces on them, which are just like these dark, wide eyes that just stare blankly ahead as they shift and move with each pull of the rope. Uh, Kel, some time passes. Food's ready. Corrupted Wolf does not seem intent on stopping. Um, he's dancing. Smite.
Is it time to stop him, Kel?
Yeah, food's ready.
Okay. We
You
will put our
both
clothes
should
back
eat.
on.
Nix puts her clothes back on. This man does not stop.
Okay. Do you think if I physically stop him from moving, that'll help?
Maybe. I think we
Okay.
need to at least get his attention.
I'll try cast an old person on this man.
Hmm.
Okay, what
You
am I
could
rolling?
hug him.
Wisdom saving throw. DC 20.
Okay, I'm gonna use Bosch's dice because that just feels like she
Good.
should come back for this. This seems like the vibe. Corrupted Wolf. Let's see. Nix. What does it look like when you cast Hold Person? What does that magic look like?
I think it kind of looks like vines are reaching out, like spectral vines from the ground to hold somebody in place.
Okay.
They try to wrap up his legs.
Yeah, these vines begin to snake up his very cold, very nude body. And as they've like reached the apex of like his jaw, he like steps forward and the spectral vines rip from the earth and like splay behind him like this beautiful corrupted peacock as he like waves them above him for a moment and they dissipate into the air. This man rolled a nat 20. And he just weaves your magic as it just kind of curls up
Huh.
his body and dissipates into the ether above him.
Wow.
That was impressive.
And Bro's just like, shit.
I mean, I could keep trying, but
I think Kelch is gonna bring a bowl of food like to him.
we just
Yeah.
start slowly try cornering him.
Yeah. The only way to feed a dancing man is to dancing feed a man, you know? So it's kind of like you have to scoop food and like you gotta like touch this man's mouth. You're just like trying. It's not like he spits it out. He will, if food is put in his mouth, he will eat it.
Just picturing that cat. You have to like.
Like,
Hmm.
I'm munch, 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 munch. One piece of food, munch,
Like,
munch, munch.
Keld,
I
here
want
comes the airplane.
Mm.
He's like, the what? as, as his food is shoved into his mouth. Um, this man has like his arms draped around both of you and is like swaying to this beat as he is being fed.
Now we have to dress him.
Just slowly trying to put a shirt over his head.
Okay, so Keld, I'm gonna let you roll strength with advantage
Mm.
because I know your strength is higher. You will be rolling against my boy, Corrupted Wolf.
All right. He's powerful. He can't be underestimated. All right. That'll be a 13.
Interesting. Nix, could you tell me what your strength modifier is?
I have a +0.
Hold up.
Mm?
Yeah, that was right. Okay.
Okay. This man is. It's not that he's like easy to manipulate. It's just that it's everything he does isn't really fighting against you, right? So you are. It takes some time. It takes time. You are able to dress him. Sometimes you do have to put something back on as he's like, how did he step out of that? His pants were on. Now they are not. Yeah, it's not like you could get his socks on or anything like that. Like it seems like socks
No.
and shoes are really a problem. But you're able to get like shirt and pants on, and if you keep hands on him, they stay on.
Hmm.
Just following him, holding shirt and pant.
Don't you want to come back to the city?
And he looks at you, he grabs your face, Kel. Do you?
Mm-hmm.
I don't believe you. And he just like fades back.
Hmm.
Sounds like, hold on. Do I want to go back to the
Do
city?
I?
I at least
I mean, I'd
For
rather
a
go
bit.
home, but
you'd like it there.
mm,
He seems like he's listening. Like he doesn't seem like he's ignoring you at any point
Mhm.
through this. You feel incredibly heard and seen.
Mhm.
now Dim Woods gets a corrupted wolf.
Hey,
Hey,
they
listen.
would fully support him.
They'd be like, hell yeah, Corrupted Wolf, let's go. He already has a nickname. Get in the
Mhm,
pot.
mhm.
It just adds the in
Get
front
in
of
the
it.
pot.
The Corrupted Wolf, welcome.
Hmm.
Nice.
Right. So we have to go back to the city because all of your friends think you're dead. They held a funeral for you and everything.
Was a bit sad.
Hmm.
Mm. There's a moment where he pauses and just inhales deeply. To be loved.
Mm.
Mm. And then back in the throes of it.
Hmm.
Mm. Well, at
He
least he
expresses
gets
his
it.
existential dread and dance.
I also like how you guys are talking like you can take him somewhere right now.
Yeah, it won't be till tomorrow, but
We're just putting the idea in his head.
We're
Yeah.
trying to like plant a seed here of you want to go back home.
We're gonna
Tomorrow?
incept this man while he's high.
Aren't you freezing?
I've never felt more alive.
I can see that.
They've held my funeral and I've never felt more alive.
That's a way to look at it. Now
but
you're
they're
really
really-
free.
yeah, but they're really excited to hold a second one because now they know you're alive.
And I
They
will
did say that.
inevitably die again.
Hmm.
Hmm.
And so will you. And he's just looking at Nyx. Mm.
Mm,
Hmm.
I have already died at least once.
He reaches over and he like takes your hair in his hands and he like crunches it because it's just kind of frozen. Mm. Mm. And he
Mhm.
nods knowingly. And then back in the throes of it.
Oh no,
Hmm.
maybe he should just go back to them woods.
You might like it there. A little
What's
less,
a couple spell slots?
little less city.
Mm-hmm. I mean, if you want to live in a woods town, we could take you there instead. It's better than the city.
Plenty of neighbors.
Mm-hmm. People that will dance with you.
He's listening.
We can show you if you want.
Tomorrow. You could go through the tree like we did.
That does seem to intrigue him a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever traveled that way?
I have traveled many ways.
Hmm.
By plant and by shroom.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Yes. And
And how are you traveling now?
yes.
Hmm. I see.
So you guys get to hang out with Corrupted Wolf tonight. Is there anything you'd like to accomplish while being here out in the woods?
Can we find out why he's named Corrupted Wolf?
Yeah, we want that story.
Can we get his story out of him?
Tell us your story.
I'm not
Um,
there, but did he really say he's traveled by shrew?
No,
By
shroom.
shroom.
Oh, by shroom. Oh, okay. I thought he shrunk down real tiny and rode a shrew like a horse.
I mean,
Hey,
I
I bet he
imagine
has.
he has believed that he has done that.
Mm-hmm.
He
I
might
would
have
believe
done that,
that.
or believed he's done that. We don't know.
Okay.
Yep.
Suppose you'd have to tame it first, but
Right.
Taming of the Shrew, brought to you by the Dice Cult. The story. You ask him how he got his name, and you can't be shocked when you receive a beautiful interpretive dance
Hmm.
with a lot of like long posing, like a lot of extension, like one leg out, one leg bent, arm up, arm down, a lot of full body extension, and then just this long howl at the end. And he pulls the ropes and the shaking of the backup dancers around him.
Huh. Guess that makes sense.
Mm. Yeah. You guys are welcome to. You guys basically have the whole evening if there's something you want to do.
Oh, I think at some point Keld will fill Nix in on the conversation while she was away looking for his memorial or whatever.
Mm.
Yeah, no one really seemed interested in. Well, so they recognized me from when we were in there with the Mother of the Sworn,
Ah.
and I think that kind of put them off. But I did mention the fireworks, and I don't know if I got a reaction really, but I saw Tin Tooth grin about that for some reason. I didn't have a chance to ask. So I don't know.
So we can at least tell them that we got a reaction about the fireworks. So we did get something from
Maybe.
a person that may or may not be part of this group.
Yeah.
Hmm. But I don't know why they thought that we would be able to find out stuff about them anyway. We're better at helping people than Grime.
Yeah.
Wait, we could ask Corrupted Wolf if he knows anybody. It's part of the. He knows everyone there, Kel.
That's true. All right.
So we could go back to dancing with him because that's when he talks the most.
Mhm.
Yeah, he's just like arms around both of you, swaying.
Mhm. Do you know Tin Tooth?
He turns his focus to you, like he's listening, like there is recognition in the name.
Mm-mm.
We'll vaguely describe what Tin Tooth looked like to him to help him visualize.
Tin tooth, tin teeth.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
You ever worked with her?
I can't think of a soul I haven't worked with.
Oh.
Does that mean she's danced?
Probably. I don't know any other way to do this. So, do you know, does she work for like a group called the Blind Eyes? Because we've heard that name and we're trying to find out more about who that is.
The blind eyes.
Mm-hmm.
They can't see,
No.
but you can.
Yes.
Our eyes are out.
You can see everyone.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying.
His fingers graze both of your eyelids, just like there's a gentle touch over both of your eyelids.
Hmm.
You just have to see. Look.
So does that mean if they have their eyes closed, that means they work with them?
What should we look for?
Yeah.
You can see him like ponder for a moment.
Mm-hmm.
Do we gain or lose affiliation when our eyes are closed?
I don't know.
Mm.
See them, and you'll know them, just like anyone else. Watching people in the quiet, in the loud. They're just people.
Mm.
We'll keep our eyes open.
Watch them. As you watch yourselves.
Oh, okay.
So they could have been like us people that jumped in the pond. Got
it. He does like a really like low like bend backwards and just and then comes back up and slips between the two of you to continue forwards. And his shirt like flies past y'all and lands on the ground.
Well,
we gotta get that back on. So he doesn't freeze overnight.
Anything else for Team Woods?
I don't think so.
I don't think we're getting information out of this man
No.
at the moment.
And there's not really anyone else we can watch.
Nix, roll wisdom for me.
Sure. Ooh, 23.
Um, all this talk of watching. You got people you could scry on if you were so inclined.
Hmm.
I don't know if you have the slots for it. I don't know if you have the want to do it or the people in mind. But you always could.
I do have one 5th level slot left.
Mm.
Everything else has been used by something during this very long day.
It's been a day.
It's been a very long day.
So, Cal, do you think I should try to find Waylon again or try to scrub Tin Tooth since we gave her information, maybe?
I do have a feeling about Tin Tooth.
We'll go with Tin Tooth. I met Tin Tooth, so that's a little better than the person I've never seen before.
I think so.
Got it.
What are my pluses and minuses?
All right. I've met them, so I think it's just a flat 20 because I don't have a picture or anything
Yeah.
belonging to them. So flat 20 DC wisdom save.
Okay. You begin to move up the stream. And location wise, you realize you are not very close to Skull City. You're like, we are very far away from Skull City, I think. I don't exactly know where we are, but I feel like I am moving a sizable distance. Moving through the stream. You hear voices first, two people talking. You recognize Tin Tooth's voice. It's pretty casual. You catch a glimpse of the person they're talking to while they walk. A woman with just bangs. They walk and talk. You can see, go ahead and just give me a perception check and we'll see how much we see.
So 19 on the die, so 29.
Okay. You can see that the walls are a combination of wood supports and dirt. The place is dim, very dimly lit. The voices don't echo off the walls. They seemed a bit muffled when you listen to them talk. Things of no import. You do catch glimpses of other people while they move. They walk past that you can see at least 10 people. They stop to talk to a couple of them, inconsequential things, but they keep moving forward. From your perspective, it just seems like an endless hall. And then you hear from the woman with bangs, with only bangs. You know, I really miss using this outside entrance. And you can see she kind of like glances around. I miss the gooseberries. And she kind of like clicks her tongue. Tin Tooth nods. Yeah, well. She kind of shrugs. Bugs. What are you gonna do? And she claps somebody on the shoulder as she walks by. Eyes out, boys, eyes out. And they continue forward. And your vision of them fades. real quick, I'd love to just go to Roshan and Nana. I know we're a little late in the evening, but I want to go see them and see how they're doing. First off, of course, Helmheim is closed. Helmheim,
Yes.
not a 24-hour store.
No, they are
You
not.
cannot buy armor and weapons in the middle of the night, I
No.
suppose. Maybe missing out on something. But it
They
has
could
now
be.
been canonically stated that Ulfrux is a 24-hour place, and that
Mhm.
is available if the two of you are interested and going and speaking to someone there.
That's probably our better bet to make use of our time rather than trying to stake out anything here on the off chance that somebody's going to steal something else here.
Uh, Yep, the two of you go to Ulfrux, and as stated with Fen, every item is basically different. The items you recognize from the last time you were here are gone and are replaced with new items.
Ew.
How can I help this
Roshan
fine
will
evening?
walk in and just yell, "Fuck your ma!"
This old, like, deep gnome pulls himself up onto the
Oh
counter.
my god.
Fuck your ma! And, like, points at you and just, like, cackles.
Fuck him
Uh,
up.
Roshan will he's not gonna mince words, and he'll just say, "We heard some assholes were in here the other day and they stole some stuff from you.
We'd
What did
like
they
to make him knock it
steal?"
off.
Yeah, we want to bloody some noses for you.
Eh.
Roshan, go ahead and roll me persuasion. I guess I'll give you advantage for the intent of violence from Nana.
Eh. Nana is
Uh,
very much here to be the backup on that one.
29.
Hell yeah.
Okay. Oh. And he, like, looks at the both of you. You both are not just, like, the most, like, physically imposing, and he's just like, but he believes you wholeheartedly. And he's like,
Yeah.
all right, he knows you're going to
Yeah.
try your best. It's not that
Yeah.
he thinks you can bloody noses, but he knows you're going to try. And
If
he, like,
nothing
looks at
else,
you
he
and
maybe
nods.
thinks we look like we could do things besides just punching to make noses bloody.
Who knows?
Who knows?
He likes your moxie.
Hell yeah.
They stole all my money.
Oh.
But they only stole one other thing from me.
What item?
Was a good piece. It more, I think, a bit more of a collector's item
Ooh.
than anything else, which
Really?
I'm sure I could have gotten a pretty penny for. But it was
Mm.
a petrified gas spore.
Oh. A petrified gas spore.
How
have we
big?
heard of these things? What are gas spores? I think
Well,
I know. Mac knows, I think, but I doubt Nana does.
let me just observe. Oh yeah, I remember this page is a pain in the ass. Those gas spores are usually like bigger than a person, but this one's petrified, dead, so it's shriveled down a bit. So it's sort of like round. If you like put yourself into just like touch your toes sort of situation.
Oh,
Mm.
interesting.
A little bigger than you. Yeah, gas spores are usually quite big, but when they die, they sort of.
Just shrivel up. Like prunes. Interesting. And what would someone want a petrified gas spore for, exactly?
Oh well, they're quite rare. You can only find them in underdark cities.
Oh.
Well, I'm sure not in the cities because people, I'm sure, clean those out. But they're. I'm sure they'd look great on a mantle. That's what I was going to advertise it for, is that it'd look good on a mantelpiece.
Could you, I don't know, just spitballing here, grind it up and put it into fireworks and kill a lot of people?
I suppose gas spores are like their own fireworks, aren't they? If you pop
Are
them,
they?
they're shocker full of spores.
And what do the spores do?
Oh, well, they can't be good for you, I assume. I'm pretty sure gas spores are poisonous.
Well, that would definitely make sense for a bare minimum, yes. Bare minimum, that sounds like something unpleasant to have to deal with. Especially from a height. Across a crowd, potentially. We're concerned, perhaps, that the people who stole this from you might be looking to do some mischief tomorrow during the festivities under the cover of the very large display that's supposed to be going on in the evening.
The thing you were saying, a crowd. I've never popped a gas spore, but I mean, they only go so far, right? But I don't know. I've
Supposedly.
never popped one.
Can't say I've ever seen one, let alone popped one, so
They're
I'll
quite
take
scary when you stumble across them in the dark before they get all shriveled.
Ooh.
They sort of look like these beasts of old, things from storybooks.
Oh.
They look like beholders.
Oh.
They have
Oh
little
dear.
stalks on their heads, but they're just actual stalks, like a plant.
Oh, interesting.
And then, you pick them and they shrivel up, and then you have, I guess, just a cool thing to put on your mantelpiece, perhaps a talking point. I don't know why I'm trying to upsell you. I don't have it anymore.
That's fair. You certainly had your pitch rehearsed.
I was ready to sell it.
What does what is the nearest random item that Roshan can just grab to buy?
Let me pull up the shop. You looking for a particular type of energy?
I mean, what I had in mind was Roshan grabs like a bear trap.
Sure, you can have a bear trap.
He'll put the bear trap on the counter and say, "Thanks for your time. I'll be needing this too. How much?"
Well, well, well. Don't tell me then, internet.
Boo.
Probably like 5 gold pieces or something like that.
I'll give you 250 if I can beat you in an arm wrestling contest, and double that if you win.
Ooh.
Gets up on the counter.
All
Roshan
right.
will arm wrestle this man.
Nana will referee.
Okay.
Not that much smaller than him, I'm sure.
And what do you add to strength, Roshan?
A -1.
Okay. I'm going to give this man a +0.
Well, here we go.
All
A
right,
roll
Mr.
off,
Deep Gnome.
almost.
Throw Roshan through the window.
That's a 6.
This would be an 18. As this man...
Whoopah! Oh, wow.
Should have used Bigby's hand.
Ooh. That looked like that stung Roshan.
Well,
Ooh.
well, well. Looks like you owe me double.
And
Looks
Roshan
like.
will put a platinum piece on the counter and say, "Thanks for your time," and then just look menacingly at this bear trap. Like he's up to no good.
He nods. Just like looking at the bear trap. Yeah. That'll definitely bloody a face.
Yeah.
Perhaps more than just a face. We'll see.
Or an ankle.
An ankle,
Oh.
preferably.
He seems less excited about that, but accepts that as an outcome.
This
Could
is for
lead
bloody
to holding them
faces.
still, and then we get to bloody their
okay.
face.
Now he seems
There you
like, okay, good luck. Because he just
Ah.
beat you in an arm wrestling contest, and you're like, this is for bloody and faces.
Yeah, it's once they're on the ground, they can't escape, then you just punch them real hard. They can't
Are
really
you
do
sure
much.
you don't want anything else at double the price for losing to me?
Roshan will punch him as hard as he can in the shoulder to show that he's got the strength. And do
And-
0
Ow.
damage.
Does he?
And says, "Nah, these'll be enough."
Okay, but I have a cloak that makes you like a spider.
Now hold on, a cloak that
Yeah.
makes me like a spider.
Yeah.
Well.
He'll grab this beautiful
Hmm.
dark cloak that he shifts and there's shimmering silver thread that looks like spider web. Now hear me
Ooh.
out. We were just talking about popping a big poison pimple. This gives you resistance to poison, and it makes you like a spider. Climb walls, walk on webs, make your own webs, and he gives a wink.
Interesting, I think.
And how much would this one cost us?
Because I like you, only 5,000 gold pieces.
Oh, only 5,000, is it?
Hmm. Do I have a spell slot? I do have a spell slot. But how much money do we have? Probably a bajillion.
I mean,
We've got a lot of money.
Fair bit.
Uh,
A fair bit.
Roshan says, "We'll take it if I could do it for 2,500 if I beat you in another arm wrestling contest."
Okay, roll persuasion.
Come on, bud. Come on, bud. Come on, bud. Come on, bud.
Ooh, 35.
Ahoo!
Get your scrawny ass up here. If you fail, it's double.
Yeah, Roshan will cast Bigby's hand.
So a giant magical hand shows up. And he's like, hey, whoa, hey. This seems... This isn't your hand. This is
Sure it
Bigby's.
He waves it around.
Roshan will wave it and show that it's connected. All right, how about if I win, then I'll pay 4,000, and if you win, I'll pay 10,000.
Roll persuasion.
32.
Deal. Get your big ass hand over here. City hand, big hand. And what does
Come
the
on,
hand
man.
add to its strength?
Plus 8.
Okay.
God damn.
I think the hand just kind of lays on the floor and then puts a pinky up
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
wrestle this guy.
Okay.
That's so
I'm
good.
going to roll first. Don't tell me
Okay.
what you got. And I'm
Okay.
going to tell you what you must beat.
Mm.
You must beat an 8, which you physically cannot not beat.
Come on,
Uh,
bud.
I did get a 26.
Okay.
Hell
How
yeah.
does this pinky take him down?
I think Roshan just lets it sit there while he struggles against it, and he starts by pushing it and getting up on the counter and just trying to push it over with his whole body, and then the pinky just kind of flicks him down onto the ground and then fully pins him.
Alas.
Bested.
You certainly put up a great fight.
Roshan will dismiss it and help him to his feet.
Ah,
And then we'll
4,000.
get out.
Eek.
He will get out 2 really nice gems and then give him a tip too, just because he feels bad, a few extra platinum.
Yeah. After those persuasion checks, he's not going to be weird about you trying to pay him in gems. So he's like, all right.
Yeah.
So you may add the Cloak of Arachnida to your inventory.
Incredible.
I think as they're leaving the store, Roshan's like, I fully didn't mean to buy that, but I liked his energy.
I did as well. And do you know, I have a sneaking suspicion this would make Fenn's late night escapades a great deal easier later on, don't you think?
Gosh, you made it so much better. It's like a gift for Fen that I didn't even know I was getting. It's
You
perfect.
know, I'm here to help.
Okay. The two of you move out into the dim artificial moonlight of Skull City while Nyx and Kel dance under the real moonlight and Fen
Around a fire.
meditates preparing for a long late evening of sleuthing. And that's where we're going to stop for today.
Hell
Thank
yeah.
you all for being here. We appreciate it. If you want to keep up with us, we have more show. We have Do Thing. The second I'm not
Oh.
DM anymore, my brain shuts off. So
Yeah, big
if
move.
you want to watch past episodes of On the Backs of Gods, you can head over to youtube.com/The Dice Cult. If you go over to said YouTube, you can also watch other shows, and other shows includes Gossamer Vale, which is another D&D campaign run by Katie. Celtic mythology, pretty early on. We're out here, we're fighting bandits. There's Fae shenanigans. So you can join us every other Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And what a coinky dink. This week is that 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So you can join us this Thursday for Gossamer Vale over here on Twitch
Won't that
and
be
see what
nice? We'll
we
see
get
what on.
up to. If you want to keep up with us and get these details without having to remember them, because first off, I can barely keep up with them. That's what the socials are for. So you can follow us at Backs of Gods on Instagram, or you can follow all of us at the Dice Cult on Instagram, Blue Sky, and Facebook. If you want beautiful dice that were truly showing off today, at least for me,
You know.
you can go to the link in the chat or the box below and get some beautiful dice from Katie. Some dice that are beautiful and tell story, and that's truly the dream.
It's what you want.
Thank you all for being here. We appreciate it. We love telling you a story. We'll be here same time, same place, Mondays at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and we'll see you guys next time. Good night, everybody.
Good night, everyone.
Thanks for joining us, cultists.